You were actually first this time, Trixon. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, so welcome. How you guys doing? Yeah, so I think I'll pick up where I left off from last time, like I usually do. So last time we got some stuff drawn on the screen. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn off my. Oh, I'm gonna have to close out of my email so it stops annoying me and doesn't try to dox me. That'd be nice, right? That's something with that. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So last time I drew some things on the screen. Yay! Yeah. So we're gonna go a little bit further today. I might be drawing like 2 more of the things on the screen. These graphics are all subject to change, mind you. But the big thing I want to get done today, or at least one of the big things I want to get done today, is getting some of the animations for these guys on screen, and scrolling those animations, right? Scrolling the screen rather, and keeping the animations lined up correctly with everything else. So that's where we're gonna start. And I might get to some other stuff later tonight. We shall see. Yeah, because last time someone mentioned blockchain as like as an algorithm power up thing. So I ended up writing that down, and I wrote down a few more things as well. So I'll probably want to go over some of these later tonight, just to get some feedback on them, and seeing like and you know if some of this stuff would be, I don't know, viable, I guess. Maybe go for it. Yeah. We'll see, though. Akamaffin, how you doing? New job. I haven't signed anything yet, but yes, I do have an offer. So I should know concrete this time tomorrow, which is exciting. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go into schedule details later tonight when more people are here. Because there's a very good chance my schedule will be changing a little bit, at least for the beginning of that. So yeah, I'll go over that later, though. I'll go over that later when it's more than just you guys here. All right. So first thing I want to do is get some sprites on the screen, just static for now. And I want to give them a palette. So it's going to be well, I don't know what I would do for this as like an idle animation, if it's that. It's a never-ending project. I mean, I hope it has an end eventually, you know. I hope it has an end. The gameplay is there mostly. There is a bunch of like power-up kind of things that I do want to still get into. I think I mostly have the collision stuff hammered out. What's next for the main game itself is ending a level essentially and going on to the next one, which is where this comes in right here. So yeah, I mean, this is more or less the next logical step, I guess. I mean, it's either that or the power-ups, which I haven't completely decided on yet. I'll probably go over those, like I said, later on tonight, because I do have a few ideas that I wrote down the other day that I think I want to entertain at the very least. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to get some sprites to actually animate here. I need the actual graphics for the sprites to animate. Let me make sure I have those, because I don't think I have all of them yet. I might, but let's see. Okay, so the ones I want to use so far look like they are just about. Oh, I do need the selection in their own tile. So like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do with like a brick wall kind of thing. Like what kind of idle animation I'll have for that. But I do know what I want for the server stack thing. I think I know what I want for these two with the radio waves. And I think I know what I want for this one as well. This one will be mostly, say, like, just this guy, really. Oops. You know... No, that one. Control and... Oh, the right layer. What layer is he on? This layer. Yeah, okay, well... Grab that again. Control click. There we go. And I figure I will be using 2 separate colors here. So that'll be one like that, and like whoops, nope, not all those. And I don't know, like, oops, something like this maybe. Like a kind of a gradient that will ping pong up and down on this thing, right? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it looks, and if it looks like crap, I'll get rid of it. Hello, Jojo. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. All right, let's get these guys all. Oops. They are on a different layer. I probably should just like collapse all these layers. Oh, I shouldn't. There it goes. But whatever. Hello. Possibly, quite possibly. Yeah, quite possibly. So I should know by this time tomorrow. Yeah, by this time tomorrow, things should be concrete. So we shall find out. Last year as a full-time streamer. Yeah, probably. But yeah, they when they were talking to me the other day, they wanted me to start either Thursday or Friday, like this Thursday or this Friday. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Sarding, how you doing? It's looking like it. I haven't signed the paperwork yet, but I do have an official offer. Hello. I do have an official offer. And I'm just waiting to hear back from someone else about a different job and see if they like add another 0 on the offer, essentially. And I should know by this time tomorrow. Moving or staying, I will be commuting for the first month or 2 until I find a place closer. Until I find a place closer to downtown Boston. All right. And let's go ahead and do the same thing with the colors here, because I wanna like cycle these colors, right? Actually, let's oh, this will be fine. This will be fine. I'll using like the same palette with these guys, right? So I'll do a palette animation for these guys. Yeah. It feels hacker man. Yeah, that's the goal of this anyway. Okay, so I don't have a lot of color real estate for the sprites, right? So I figure I can for the selection, I want its own color cycle thing going on, right? Let's see, where's let me just actually open up this terrible program again, and let's go ahead actually and save that. And get a CHR file for that. So let's go ahead and make exciting new hacker game breakout. Yeah, right. We're gonna come on back over to breakout. Level select CHR, and let's just go ahead and drag that in there. All right. So for this guy here, I think I essentially want to take these colors down here and just cycle through the lighter colors. Maybe not all of them. I'll see how it goes. But this is the only one that I really want cycling fast, right? Because it's your selection thing. Fox McCloud, how you doing? So I can dedicate an entire like single color to that. As for these guys up here, it's gonna be for the server rack looking thing. It's gonna do the animation around that. I'll probably have those a single color and just move them, so I could probably use the same palette ID, for instance. And, well, it's going to be a different different one of these. Hang on. Oh, it's using the same frickin'. I need to change that to use a different different palette. Yeah, so these two need to actually use the same palette here. Hang on. That one, this one. Yeah, so this guy needs to be over here like that. There we go. Well, it actually doesn't strictly need to be, because they're going to be using different. There's going to be one's going to be using a background palette, and one's going to be using a foreground palette. So it actually doesn't need to be. But you get the idea, I guess, right? So yeah, so that guy will use a static color, and just move across these guys over here. About to rip my hair out trying to understand all the registers. Oh no! So I'm figuring out how stuff works.
Hacker man. He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
Bridgewater, thank you so much. Is it gonna
1 month closer to that rainbow D-pad.
almost there, almost to the rainbows. Thank you so much for your 10 months. I really do appreciate that. But how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do for this guy here, and for these two, I figure I will dedicate an entire palette to them, and only display one of the waveline things per animation frame, right? And for clarification, the animation frame isn't going to update every frame. It's going to update every X frames or whatever, right? It's going to have a I don't think I made a spot for it yet in the code. Menu RAM. Well, it's just going to be the animation interval. So we can have different animation intervals. And I'm not sure if I'll make them different depending on PAL and NTSC, because that doesn't really matter too much. I might, who knows. 8-month streak and 10-month total. Yeah, 10-month in October. Yeah, fitting, very fitting. But thank you again for that. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, so these two will work pretty much the same with the color palette cycle. Yeah, and these guys, I can't do that on the background though, because I don't think they line up nicely with yeah, okay, so I wouldn't be able to really do that on the background palette because of how I have it arranged. I mean, no, I think I want to keep them like that. I want to keep them aligned the way they are. Yeah, because I do want a background of sorts here somewhere doing something. Not sure exactly what yet. Yeah, and I figure as like a general color scheme for this, right? I guess like if a level hasn't been visited yet, after I gets his name from being the 8th. Yeah, go figure. It was Romans doing that, right? Just adding months in the beginning just because I want a month. I want a month named after me. Wasn't that basically it? Or I don't know if it was exactly in the beginning, but they added months where there weren't any months. So it threw everything out of alignment. Yeah, but so I'm playing Gregory, Pope Gregory. Yeah. So I think I might just keep it like grayscale for things that that we haven't visited yet, and like give the icons color once we visited that level and cleared it. I don't know yet. We'll see though. Romans are so innovative that they name months like 7 month. Oh yeah, 7 month, 8 month, 9 month. I mean, that's literally how months in Japanese work. It's just the number and then the counter for months. That's it. It's so straightforward. It's so straightforward. To the point where like not the tech language. Japanese, not Javanese, Japanese. October is 10 and then the month counter. That's literally what that is. That's just 10 in the month counter. No.
10月
Jugatsu. Tatsuki? That's not how you pronounce that. GG Google. GG Google. I get very confused towards the end of the year because months named 7, 8, and 9, 10 are the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th months, respectively. Yeah, so like it that never like occurred to me, right? That never really occurred to me until someone pointed out, like, hey, did you ever really think about that? Like, why is, you know, October, Oct, 8? Why is that month number like 10? It's like, hey, you're right. I never thought of it that way, but that is a little weird. The 8th moon. Do you actually say that though, Jojo? Do you actually go around like saying that to coworkers or whatnot? Again, Pope Gregory. Yeah. I'm saying it now. I mean, all right, fine. It's mine. What am I working on? I am working on this screen right here. This is the like map level progression kind of screen. Octal, yeah. Specifically, I am going to be removing some of these from the background and putting them as what's it? Sprites. Yeah, sprites. So I can animate them easier. Which actually requires me to change some of my code I had for this, which is gonna throw a wrench into it, honestly. Because that, well, I mean, it doesn't really throw a bigger wrench into it, but even though like this tile and this tile are now blank. Alicia, how you doing? Hi. I looked at the $900 apartment, by the way, and it's teeny tiny. It's like 350 square feet, so I don't think I'll be getting that one. Sorry. There's others in the area, all right? There's others in the area, so you can still... everyone's for context. I do know her IRL, and I was looking for apartments to move into near her, and yeah, eventually joking about like she just shows up in a disembodied arm comes in from off screen just holding bacon. I know. There's some of they have libraries like Python has stuff like Pygame. Kinda. There are libraries that come with CC65, although I don't really use them. Yeah, so there are some libraries. Let's see if there's any Nest things. Yeah, I mean, so there's some stuff for the Nest. These are mostly meant for interaction with C, I believe. Oh my god. No, I want to just keep using... Thank you. Yeah. So I'm not sure I'd be using these myself, but there are libraries out there, yes. Oh, I shall. We're gonna get Chef says hellos. Tell him I says hellos back. Esden, how you doing? Welcome. I can... I mean... Maybe. It looks simple. It looks... Alicia, do you have a, like a... Yeah, like a food processor that we can shove potatoes into? So, the two other streamers made this Lithuanian dish. It's basically like a potato meat bun kind of thing. Streamer A, Sleeping Mia, completely butchered it. If someone finds the tweet, the recipe versus real life, please post it in chat. So she completely botched it, and it was the funniest thing to watch. Streamer B Kyuko, made it properly, and it looked actually pretty good. So, well, in Death Row, I can sudo chmod 0644 to land myself. They couldn't execute me. Is that how it works? I'm not sure how that works. I don't know. Are you a Linux system? Get a recipe. We shall make. It's yeah. I'll have to get on Discord. Cause it was very amusing because it was like a 6-hour stream, 4 hours of which were just grating a potato. I heard about the sudo exploit. I'm assuming that's what that was about. I haven't actually read up on it though. Why? Because she didn't have a food processor because hers broke, I guess. So she's sitting there with like a cheese grater, grating like 6 potatoes, and it takes her like 4 hours. It's quality content right there. Yeah, she did do a cheese grater, but I don't think she took 4 hours, did she? Yeah, like grating the potatoes wasn't 6 hours or 4. Well, it was a long time. I didn't watch like the whole VOD because, or the whole stream because it's so many hours of just grating potatoes. I need to reassess my life. Yeah, not only can she not cook, she had a dull cheese grater. How do you have a dull cheese grater, you know? Arsis, how you doing? Welcome. Vital, hello. I was summoned. Oh, with the recipe versus real life thing. It costs like $5. Yeah, right. Ooh, new CPU. Nice. How do you shop? By buying a new one. By buying a new one. Is this what I think it is, Vital? I'm gonna open up over here because I'm. Yes. Expectations versus reality. Potato water. Send one to her via Amazon. It'd be tempting, right? Yeah. This is what she came out with at the end of it. Yeah, I'm sure he'll probably get a kick out of the VOD too. Jojo, thank you for the gift sub to Vital for his 6th month. Appreciate that. Yeah, so Lucy, if you're alright with me borrowing Chef Man, I might have to see if I can like do a an off day stream or where I make one of these just to like rub it in Mia's face that like, no, you just did it wrong. He will teach you. They both looks like a real like ready meal pack picture, and the below looks like actual content. Just recipe. Yeah, right. So this one was the picture in the recipe, and then this is like that almost looks like Tupperware, honestly. But her like bucket on the counter or that she emptied it into. Is that thing? Is that a thing that should be gluten? Do the potatoes have gluten? I have no idea, honestly. I have no idea. What is it? Zeppelin something or other? Does someone have a link to the actual recipe? Someone go bug me on Discord about it. But if it has meat and potatoes, it's food. Yeah, like there's like bacon or something like that in it, I think. Like bacon on top at least. Maybe inside. I don't know. It actually looked pretty good. There it is. Thank you, Jojo. There's bacon. Yeah, so this is the recipe. 7 pounds of potato. It feeds a lot. Allow yourself 2 to 3 hours. Like again, it took her 6. The recipe calls for 3 max. Yeah, a pill of vitamin C. That's the one that like. they're a little weird over in Lithuania. Yeah, and she used a shirt, like a t-shirt to strain the potatoes. It was... Country bacon? Yeah, well, I mean, this is America, so we're just gonna use bacon. Yeah, it's prevent, discoloration. I get it. Oh, it actually did have ground beef and pork. Okay. I must have missed that before. But, yeah, so she did it wrong. So, yeah. F Mega, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. So I might have to, like, one-up her with that just to do it, you know? Oh, yeah, Jojo, can you drop that link in Discord? Thanks. Right, so, now I've been distracting it again. Let's go ahead and, continue on this way. Thank you, Jojo. Okay, so we're gonna save that. Chefy is on board. When's your next day off? Did I miss the vitamin C pill? This looks anemic. Currently, well, I'm busy currently. Or you mean like, is he on like a vacation? Did he slice open his hand again? Does he have his hand in a cast again? Still, okay. I had to make sure. I needed to just clarify that he didn't like slice his hand off again. Okay, not again. Just got cleared back for. Okay. Admittedly, streaming is unlucky for a variety of reasons. Not a. I mean, you could use lemon juice, I guess. I think that's what Kiko was thinking of doing, but didn't because reasons. Sorry, Darth. How you doing? Welcome. But yeah, I think you can probably. I'm gonna guess yes, but I'm not a chef. I don't do that kind of thing. So, what is that make command? So this make command is GNU make, right? Excuse me. Or doesn't like have an about kind of thing? Basically, what it does is it looks at this file right here, which is a make file, and figures out what things need to be recompiled or refreshed in order to build the end product, right? So here, the end product is this guy right here. Name is a variable up top. And it basically builds up a dependency tree and runs things that it needs to run, different commands. So I define all the commands as recipes, they call them, to get like the map data, the sprite data, and all that kind of stuff. GNU is not Unix make. Yeah, there you go. What is it about Evil Corp? So the big like overarching kind of opponent, enemy kind of thing for the game. Oh, Raimu, how you doing? Welcome. 24 people. How was stream? How you doing? Raimu, hello. How was stream? What were you working on today? But yeah, basically this is like a file and utility that builds things for me, so I don't need to worry about like, oh, do I need to re-export the sprites again? So I have that all automatic for me. Alt F4, how you doing? Alt F4 stream. I like that name. It's nice. Pathfinding working, nice. I'm doing alright, can't complain too much. Yeah. It's really neat that make, grep, and find are available. Yeah, so, I mean, granted, my setup's a little hacky. It ain't a good setup, though, what I've got going. Call it Evil Corporation Incorporated. We'll see. yeah. So the other method for doing this would be just like having a batch file which just runs everything. Rally Monkey, how you doing? The tuned in, Richard. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that. So with a batch file, you run it, and it every time, no matter what, it's gonna redo all the steps, right? But for a make file, if there's nothing to be done, it tells you, hey, you don't need to do anything, right? So if I go over here and I draw something on it, right? And I save it. I have it set up so when I rerun make, it sees that had changed, just that one, and it redoes that one, right? And then it goes down and everything that was dependent on that it rebuilds, right? Prelim analysis using purchased potato flour and potato starch would simplify things immensely. Nothing wrong with a batch file that does everything. Please send help to my work, please. I've been there, Jojo. I might see. I might have to see if I can. So I have a VM of that COBOL place. That was the compiling machine. Elisa, you know what I'm talking about. And there's a directory of just like s.bat, n.bat. It's like, what do these even do? It's got conditionals all the way through it that do things and print things and call other bat files. It's a spiderweb mess. So I feel for you, Jojo. I've been there. I use Chocolatey as my package manager to install tools like Find the Windows. I haven't actually used Chocolatey. I've looked at it. It looks really nifty. I just haven't gotten around to trying it. Yeah. EQ Explorer, how you doing? Maka's one syntax I've always had trouble wrapping my brain around. Another concept of the syntax after 20 plus years of Unix. Really? There are a few things that I do need to look up every once in a while, like the automatic variables. Like this stuff here, like these guys right here, I have to look up like as a reference, right? As for everything else, I mostly can get around without using reference for it. Yeah. But for the most part, I use Windows Subsystem for Linux anyway. You can get such a potato, but Mia and Kiko wanted the strong with. So that means I can't cop out on it then. I have to, like, get some potatoes and, I don't know, a grater and a drill or something like that, right? S-bat does the S thing. N-bat does the N thing, of course. Of course, absolutely. Windows command line documentation is really crappy. You think? It's god-awful. Where's the COBOL? I don't know. So the COBOL is crap, and the batch files that strung everything together is also crap. Because I can't figure out how to compile this stupid thing anymore. I have to call a certain batch file. I don't know which one. None of them have any documentation. No. My first real programming job. In the end, I replaced most of my work with a shell script, fairly short shell script. Oh no. I've heard horror stories of that kind of thing, right? Hey, everything in your project broke with the make. Please fix. Fix, please. Yeah, right. I need to grate the potatoes. You need to be a strong Lithuanian woman like MLG, right? ENIAC nasty as a corporate? Is it really? The crazy shots and cut his fingers. It's fine. It's probably fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Involved diff and patch. Oh, okay. They're getting all fancy, I see, with diff and patch there. That's. Anyway, I want to undo that. I need to save that. I didn't save it. One thing a makefile can't do for me is save things for me. They need to go with the name of the corp. No affiliation with the 40s computer. Got it. Next we'll be talking. Taking branches and backups. Talking about it. Yeah. Oh, God, it was bad. What if the name of the Evil Corporation was the name of the company that made you redundant? So it's not that I was made redundant. It was they were hemorrhaging money. So they were just chopping rolls instead of like reducing exec salaries and not being terrible at the business. That, and I don't really want to dox myself. So I was thinking about bash files today, and honestly, I like how PowerShell does better in theory with PowerShell. Everything is an object where bash is all strings. Yeah, I haven't played around with bash enough, PowerShell enough to form an opinion on that. I do like the idea, however. Yeah, I don't know on the execution yet, though, because I haven't really done much with PowerShell. When I had Python, we did our assignments on some servers our school ran. They didn't appreciate import OS while just fork bound the server. Both the name of the Evil Corporation was the name of the company that made you redundant. Oh, yeah, I already know that. Never mind. I test Evil. I did this partial syntax. It seems backwards compared to me. Backwards to me. Yeah, some of the syntax I don't particularly agree with. I don't think. Everything being an object, I get. It makes sense, I think, but like I said, I haven't really had much experience with actually using it in the way that they want to. I tried. I opened up the tutorial once. It was one of those stupid video ones because of course it is. But it's some like Microsoft guy that I don't know, like spiked his coffee with crack or whatever, and was far too excited for what he was explaining. Far too excited. And I couldn't stand the guy, and I could not get through the first video because I just could not stand the way this guy was like, I don't know, tripping or something like that. Quellis, how you doing? I'm worried. Wasn't me. It was some video I was seeing where a guy was trying to teach me PowerShell, but he was far too excited. That's all that was. Yeah. Hemorrhaging Money Inc. Yeah. But that doesn't sound like an evil. That just sounds like a doomed corporation, you know, like a corporation that will fall over without me doing anything, right? Mid-Havoc since deadline was Sunday and servers went down Friday afternoon, so none was up. Oh boy, oops. So the patch, if you grab the wrong pattern, it could break. Whereas PowerShell, it's all an object. Now how you process stuff is like a mixture between command lines and actual scripting. It's unique. Do things like throw exceptions? Because that'd be a little weird, I think. WeKillPuppies.com. Epic. No, so I don't want to be like, you know, sued by a real company here. New York, how you doing? Welcome. Honestly, I think the best way to learn is through requirements. I need to do something. Look it up. Yeah. I mean, that's honestly what I like when someone comes in asking what they want to do or how they should learn programming. Rather, my advice is usually find a problem to solve. You know. So I should probably do that. Find a problem to solve with PowerShell. But usually the problems I want to solve with PowerShell, I usually want to make like cross-platform, right? So I wouldn't be using PowerShell in the first place. You can throw and catch exceptions. I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, so let's actually like get to some code here and get some of those sprites on screen. PowerShell, well, I'd need to install it on something else, right? Wouldn't I? Can I download that for Linux? PowerShell core on Linux. Really? Evil Puppy Inc. Corp. Some company famously had we don't be evil as part of their published policy. Somehow removing that term wasn't considered to be evil. Yeah, I know exactly which company you're talking about. And it's not surprising, but it's disappointing, you know? PowerShell, okay. Strange stuff, really. It's in the official repos even. It's not like, here, download this tarball and run this script. It's, no, just sudo apt-get. Just sudo apt-get, install it. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting like for Ubuntu or whatever, like here, add our like what are they the special like user repo things. where you have to like add a key. PPA, those. Like here, add our PPA and then add this key and then, you know, then you can suit up, get it or whatever. Here's just like, no, it's just apt-get. Just get it. Go get it. PPAs, yeah. They did claim that they replaced Don't Be Evil with something more specific. Like, Be Evil? No, thank you, my personal opinion. So what, Esden? That company or this? PowerShell on Linux? Because I'm not sure how I feel about this either. Oh wait, hang on. What is this? This is... Hang on, wait a minute. This is basically what I was just explaining. Oh, no, this is just getting it manually. Wait a minute. Hold up, that's not what this is. Did they lie to me? Or is this just like older Ubuntu versions or something like that? 18 something, 16, 1904. Snap. What is Snapd? What is Snap? What is Snap? Lied. Yeah, I've been lied to. You went over my helmet? Remember the Microsoft I don't know how to pronounce that word. I've been partnered on projects like Windows Substance for. Yeah, so I don't know. That just feels weird. Like I'm for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm completely for it. It just, I don't know. Feels like backwards land or something. All employees must respect each other and treat each other. Is it directed at employees though? This doesn't look like what I want. No, I don't want. All right, I'm abandoning that whole track. Kali? Isn't that the reverse engineering hacking distro? Isn't that what they renamed it to? Kali? I don't know. Who wouldn't want PowerShell Linux? Who would want? But yeah, I don't. Probably not me. I don't know. Because a lot of like what makes PowerShell powerful, I think, is its integration with the Windows system, isn't it? Isn't it? California Linux. Is that what it is? Listen, you work with this stuff all day, right? So it's all kinds of like adding printer crap, managing printers and work groups and all that kind of stuff, right? I once built a PowerShell script to solve a specific problem as a companion to a Bash script to make it work on Windows, but I don't have Windows, so I use PowerShell. Okay, neat. Sorta. All right. I mean, it might be an interesting exercise to see if I could port the Makefile stuff into PowerShell. Might try that. Who knows? AD process. Yeah, so AD, Active Directory, is a Windows thing. That doesn't exactly exist on Linux. There are solutions that take over that role, but it's not like Windows Active Directory on Linux, right? Unless they're porting that to Linux now too. Which I would be surprised, I think, if they did that. Listen, don't deal with Unix. Well, Linux isn't Unix technically. Yeah, right. I had actually started to implement what I'm doing for Make in Go. I'm not lying at all, because there's some no bake no because there's some stupid crap at the movie night stuff where I have to copy a specific file. Another one, Arden Hall. Excuse me. How you doing? Welcome. How was your stream? I haven't gotten anything done yet today. It's been 45 minutes, and I have done bugger all tonight. What are you guys referring to as Linux is in fact GNU Linux, or GNU Plus? Listen here, you go. Let's maybe come over there. That's what I feel like. Draw a data schema. Welcome. How you doing? How was your stream? All right. So I need to define so I've got these guys for the the background things, the icons, Just coding in instead of poking the OS. Emotions being wrong. Yeah. No go yet. Not yet. Not today, anyway. I might get to that later, but we'll see. Pretty good. Tried to be too tired to be streaming. For you to come into watch. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate that. I am working on my NES game. It looks like someone threw up on the screen here. Don't worry about that. This is like a level selection kind of thing I'm working on. My the main actual game is a breakout game. That I'm working on. And I'm doing the level selection for like a level progression kind of thing to tie in with the theme a little bit better. Windows plus Linux. Yeah. Is the right processor but the wrong system? I mean, I guess I don't know. But yes, that's what I'm working on. And I'm working on that entirely in assembly. The Go in the title is for like my utilities. So I've got stuff to convert a bunch of things, and I might be doing some of that tonight. We'll see. I don't know. All right. So those are the icons. Data, level, sprites, meta. Yeah. So these guys are gonna be like mostly one sprite, I think. Got a summer tab. Talk to you later. All right, no worries. My labs, not tabs, labs. Thank you for stopping by. Do appreciate it. Psychic Space Cow. You have a good night. I don't think I got a chance to say hi to you though. Have a good night regardless. The realization that you really want some tea eggs. Tea eggs? Tea? What pray tell is a tea egg? But the overall diameter doesn't work out for making this. That's unfortunate, but I don't know what those are. Is that a like an English thing? What is this? It looks kind of familiar though. Like that look of the egg looks familiar. Chinese. I just assumed because T was in the name that it was English. Does that make me a bad person? Yeah, alright, Bridgewater. Does that make me a terrible person? I just assumed it was British because of T involved. You still go boil eggs in tea water? I don't know. That does not be. Hey, listen here, you. Don't make me come over there. I know where you live. All right. So, what are these gonna be? Well, this needs to be some. Ruza, thank you for the host. Appreciate that. How you doing tonight? So what do I need to keep track of here? I need to keep track of... No, this isn't keeping track of anything. This is just the initialization. So I need the... Excuse me. The start address. No. Sprites don't work on addresses. Sprites work on X and Y. So I need the start coordinate of the sprite. I need the tile ID of the sprite, and I also need the palette ID of the sprite. So that's 4 things. I could put that. No. Yes. Okay. So for the X coordinate, it's actually going to be a 9-bit number. Which doesn't fit in a byte. Surprise, surprise. So I need to find a place to put that bit, right? So, byte X, and then Y, and then ID for the tile. And here is going to be the palette ID, but that is only 2 bits. Kusti, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. So I can put the 9th bit of X in the 7th bit of this guy here. So X is 9th, and the palette. Happy Christmas. Season greetings, because apparently it's Christmas according to my grocery store. Oh no. But why? No. No, it's too early for that. Merry New Year. It's too early for that. God, I hate that so much. Yeah. Alright. So, for the first one, 2020, next week. Time flies. Where are we putting the first one? Not enter that. Blah, 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 blah. The first one is going to be one of these stacks here. The funny thing is, the Christmas stuff kind of merges together with the Halloween stuff, does it? It doesn't. Seems messy. They now really decided to overlap the holidays. Is it not enough that they have Christmas the day after Thanksgiving? Now it has to overlap. Yeah, I can't stand that. I make my prepared Christmas season joke, except that it's specific to a different group of people on Twitch. Oh, rip. Yeah, so I need to figure out where I want to put this actually. Yeah. You know what might help for this actually? Let's make a box. Magic. We're gonna use that. We're gonna assign this to like a movable thing, so I can move it around, right? As a selection cursor, not the one for the level select, but like a debug level select, right? Actually, I don't need to do that. Hang on, because isn't there like a I don't know, this guy. Isn't like a script to just show? Yeah, this is just. Okay, well, that's not what I want to do. But mouse state, I don't care about color crap. I don't care about any of that crap. State, if we do that. No, what? Wait. Isn't there supposed to be like a XY kind of thing going on? I thought there was. What happened to that? An XY for the cursor. Happy Easter. Get prepared for a zombie turkey wearing a... I have my own holiday pro. Happy bit surfing holiday? Will that work? I mean, sure, why not? That just flies by when you're watching Twitch, right? Christmas and Halloween things. Is it though? Bit stuffing? When the still on 8th moon. Just rectangles print text. I don't care about that. Like, I don't care about any of that. I don't care about trail, actually. That's not... What is it's 2 dashes. It's literally all over the place. Just has the click. Okay. So that's this crap. I don't want to do that. Okay. mu.draw line. I hate how like tab completion isn't a thing. Bit stuffing holiday, very great. Yeah, you know, I like that. I like that. I like the sound of that. At least also do bare metal. Bare metal bit stuffing holidays. Woo! Yeah, so we're gonna draw a line from what is how does X, Y, X2, Y2. Start a line, end a line. Okay. So let's draw the horizontal. So mouse state dot X mouse. No. Kind. This will be the vertical line. And then 0. And then yeah. Mouse state dot Y at 255, 240, 230, 2 who cares? 255. That's off screen, but whatever. It's fine. I don't know what those other commas mean. So we're just gonna copy them. We're just gonna copy this one. That's probably frames. It's probably frames. Oh. That's different. Okay. Happy little comma. Coma? Happy little coma? Oh, because it missed like these guys. I guess. Oh, that just made it worse. Mouse at 255. Oh wait, no, that's. Never mind. Yeah, that just breaks things. So I guess that's the color. What is this true? You know what? Let me actually like open up the documentation for this. If you had a reference, drawing. Draw a line. Duration and delay. Got it. So duration is true. What? What? How's that? How does that work? And no delay. Okay. Okay, clearly because that is actually supposed to be X. Happy little mistake there, man. There's a happy little clown here. We can we can get this code from. Draw line versus draw rectangle. No, I want a crosshair. Oops. So I don't really want a rectangle. Oh. That one was drawing a rectangle. I see where you're going with that. Yeah, I can't read. That's just what it boils down to, I think. It's just I can't read. That's gonna be Y, and that's gonna be Y, and we're gonna get rid of that one there, and this guy over here is gonna be 2, 5, 5. Ah! Jojo, thank you for the gift to Alicia.
Hacker man.
For her
He's the
second.
most powerful hacker of all
Okay, now
time.
you go. All right, Jojo, thank you again for the gift sub. You have a good night. Alicia, enjoy those emotes. See, there we go. That's what I want. And now I want to like print this stuff out somewhere. So let's just mu dot text. What's text stuff? String. Draw string. There's nothing wrong with having a binary tree as a friend. If you say so. If you say so. Alright, so we want to draw a string at, I don't know, 12, 12. This doesn't really matter. It's just going to print out the coordinates. The text and text color. How do I format things in Lua? Because I don't remember how to do any of that. Stringed out format options. I don't want a C++. Whatever. No. I want this one. Okay, it's just... Alright. It uses the C-style syntax, so that's why they're giving that to me. It's going to be D, comma, D for X and Y, and mouse state dot X, and mouse state dot Y. And that's going to be 0x 1 2 3 4 5 6 no red green, okay, and then FF on the end of that. Then we're gonna hit run. That was blue because it's alpha first and then the other ones. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sold on Lua. I like how it's easily embeddable into like other projects though. Like you could just include basically the Lua libraries, and suddenly you can parse Lua. I like that, but I don't know. All right, so this does look good. I think I might have like an off by one thing going on, but whatever. So we're going to start with this guy here. We're going to put it at 8333. We're going to make that decimal, though. Or, no, screw it, we won't. Yeah, 8333. So that's going to be 8333. The tile ID is going to be something else. We're actually going to get rid of that box. I don't need the box anymore. Oh, it's gonna be 3 tiles. Well, I mean, the code that'll handle this will figure that crap out, I guess. I like that it's one of the few languages with a tracing JIT implementation. Really? 0 1 2 3. 0 1 2 3. Okay, so we're starting at 33. Starting at 33. And the palette, we're just gonna use the first one, I guess. So it's gonna be ID 0. Right? Grab that, and for the second one, we're going to put that at 3397. Yeah, 9 7. Tracing. I know what those words mean, like independently, not really together. So, okay. So these two are the stack ones. Yeah. So we need some other stuff here. So we need a data, or no, pointers to level animation stuff, right? Dot word. These guys technically need some sort of like ID or something like that, don't they? Because the way I was going to do it before, it was just JSRing to a routine that handled a single sprite's scroll and animation. But these guys are going to be using the same sprite and the same animation. They're just going to be in different places in memory. So I would need some sort of, like, ID or something somewhere. Maybe if I just passed in the loop ID that I'm using, I'll use that as the parameter. I don't like that, though. Just in time, I think it's some sort of debugger. Yeah. If anyone would know, I like the shooting traces of a code to control behavior. According to Wikipedia, tracing just-in-time compilation is a technique used by virtual machines to optimize the execution of a program at runtime. Okay. JIT compiles code at runtime and then it thinks that it's worth it. The conventional JIT compiles functions and methods. Tracing JITs compile execution traces. So, like, partial functions? This is done by recording a linear sequence of frequently executed operations. Huh. Trying to quotation of Smalltalk before the company got bought up by Sun, or was it Oracle? To Sunspot Java VM? Maybe. Alright, so... So I'm not sure that this will work then, the way I want it to work. Because I don't want to have, like, duplicate routines out there, right? I guess I could do anim stack sprite A and, like, anim stack sprite B, where sprite these two, like, are just like loading up a whatever, right? But then they just like jump to the real thing, right? Like that. So two entry points for the same thing, right? And it's got the actual code for doing the animation there. I could do that, I suppose. Yeah. Steel Bank Common Lisp. Speaking of which, Strong Talk was a transition to Smalltalk from a language that I wish I liked to a language I wish I had an implementation that I liked for me. Huh. Cinna Denmark, how you doing? I should call you Denmark. Welcome, welcome. Where am I? I am a little south of Boston. Where are you? Denmark? But yeah, that's the general area where I am. But don't really want to go more specific than that. Yeah, so I guess I'll do this kind of thing. I'll put it up above all that crap though. Massachusetts. Is that how we're calling? How we're pronouncing now? Why are you with a 1.5 centimeter radius? Well, I'm sitting in my chair, and if I scooch this way, I'm sitting over here now. And so I guess scooch this way, I'm sitting over here now. Never seen a moose. Moose beat my sister once. I haven't actually seen a moose. I don't know. Mind blown. Sorry to make a mess out of your situation there, New York. I hope you can clean up nicely. Moose also has never seen you. Sergeant Poet, how you doing? I remembered this time. I remembered. Don't pronounce it just not a feel. See, I told you I'd get it one of these days. It took me a second. But I got it. We're making progress. where progress is being made. How you doing? How you doing? So I'll do this crap in a bit. It will scream at me if I try to assemble, which is probably fine for now. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. All things considered, I'm doing pretty well, I think. What am I talking about next? I haven't done any of the other things. Well, we can figure out where I want these. Probably. Right? Maybe not. I don't know. You know what? I don't remember what the boundaries for these guys are. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. I don't fit with a 1.5 centimeter radius. Yeah, if you did, I'd have some questions. Actually, if you fit in that, I'd have some questions. I think. So yeah, let's just start by putting those on screen here, I guess. So in order to do that, we're gonna need to load up and populate our animation pointers. Probably our scroll pointers too eventually, but not quite yet. So in the init, draw the icons, low level loop, icon things. Okay, that's done on that. Icon done. Let's call it icon done. Didn't think about it beforehand. Centimeter ULN. Well, I don't know what that is. That's extremely super matter. Whatever that was before. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there too. I've been there too. All right, so this is load pointers into server page. So we don't have very many pointers right now, but we're gonna load a few of them in. So we're actually just gonna be using. We're just gonna be copying this straight into RAM, I think. So we'll just load X to 0, right? And then we're gonna load up pointers level anim at X. Store that at menu animation pointers at X, increment X, compare X to like 4, the number 4, which is over here, not over there. Branch not equal back 1. So this should copy those pointers into memory. This will need to be changed for the length of the thing. Actually, what if I just count anim pointer equals here minus that, right? There, it's making noise again. Right, I should be able to do that. That should be fine. The realization that there's a good chance of wanting to watch 4 streams simultaneously and only having 3 assistants to watch with. Oh no! I'm sorry, Bridgewater. I'm sorry. There are some like multi-stream sites out there that like put 4 streams or whatever, however many streams on a single web page. I think Khadgar is one of them. Your mileage may vary with that though. Get on the monitor, right? Alright, so that should work. Not your fault. I'm still saying sorry though. Okay. So the way I think I'll stagger the animations anyway. By the way, I want to stagger the animations. Squat. I actually can't because I'm not partner. At least I can't initiate it. Someone else has to initiate it for me. That's a partner thing. Lithuanian cooks. It's a possibility for pair programming on Twitch. Absolutely. But I can't initiate that because again that's a partner only thing right now. I think. Okay, the issue is monitors for the sense of audio than video. But audio doesn't come out here. Do you have speakers on your monitor? Yeah. Somewhat related though. I have actually thought of like how I would do a multi-stream on a single stream, right? So like having my screen here split in half and having like me on one side and like say someone else I'm interviewing or whatever on the other side. It's an interesting technical problem there with audio and video and all that kind of stuff. But never did really end up trying anything that I thought of, but maybe one of these days. Yeah, so I don't do like audio production stuff anymore. I used to a little bit on the side way back when. So that didn't click for me just then. Yeah, because you monitor the audio with them. You are completely correct. That's what the jack on the system usually is monitor or something like that, right? Or studio or something. I don't know. Mine just has phones. Mine says phones on it. Your audio stream was impeccable though. Mine? Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I tried pretty hard with this one. In fact, this guy isn't just going into my computer. It's actually an XLR plug. You can see here, right? That's going into an external audio card. And then I've got all that running through this beast over here, to handle all my audio stuff. This is overkill for what I'm doing, but I like it. I don't know. But who monitors the monitor? More monitors, so you get like a feedback kind of thing going on, and sometimes you want that, sometimes you don't. Multiple stream tabs on one PC should easily be able to mix the audio from them into one speaker setup, though I guess you may need a decent mixer app to manage their relative levels. The problem with that I've found anyway, is that your browser just picks your default output. Period. At least on Windows anyway. You can't say, no, Chrome, I really want you to go to this other auxiliary output instead of my default output, right? Like, so these three lines here are digital inputs or outputs, really, but they're into this system here, right? So I can, for instance, point some programs to these, right? So my Discord, for instance, I think goes over to like this one over here. The Discord audio, so I can control that one specifically, right, in this interface. But for like Chrome and Firefox, they're just like, no, we're just gonna take the first one, don't worry about it. And I can't actually choose. And if these, like, you know, weren't crap, this selection here that'd be nice too, but it's kind of crap. Like if I could choose the applications on this side, that'd be nice. But oh well. I mostly give it up on dealing with external audio for the moment. When I got to the point of, okay, connect everything to a C2 Duo desktop with a known good sound card or two, then stream that over the network to the laptop that's running OB. Oh, geez. Yeah, that sounds like a bit out of hand. I think I would just, instead of doing a lot of that stuff, honestly, I would end up... hang on. I'd end up just using... That's pretty dusty, actually. A full-blown mixer. Now, this is a smaller one, but like, this is what I was using when I started Pulse Audio. Yeah, I've heard, and I've dealt with it a little bit. Why won't that go in? Oh, because these are the cheap like Chinese knockoff ones. So like that, I don't think you can see it, but that black thing, that black ring, is not flush with the metal, so it doesn't want to go in the hole. But yeah, this is what I was using originally when I started streaming. Or not when I started. Well, yeah, I think I actually had this day one. I don't remember. Yeah, that ain't working. But yeah, just plain not supported. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Yeah. So I've actually had some issue with my internal audio card, right? And it's not like the audio card on the motherboard, mind you. It's a PCIe card, right? Shoot. I pulled out the left and right. I don't remember which is which because this just says tip and ring. Well, oh well. We'll find out eventually, I guess. So yeah, like I don't like the way my audio sounds going into my audio card in the PCIe slot, right? That's what I was using with this guy, the lapel mic. I didn't like that audio at all, honestly. I like the freedom this gave me, but not the audio. Creative Core 3D card. No, it's like a legitimate card, I think. I thought. But no, what I'm going through right now is like a freaking $100 what's it? Audio box USB audio card. It's got like 2 mics on the front and a MIDI input and I think output on the back. And it's USB to the computer. Is there any point in investing in high-end audio cards? Internal to the computer itself? Questionable. Questionable. A USB audio card? Absolutely. Don't you just need the inputs? There are things like interference that you have to deal with. And, yeah, I don't know. Maybe my case just isn't grounded right or something. But I do not like how the audio sounds going into my computer that way. I mean, the audio coming out of it is fine, right? That's no problem for me. But the input, the line in the mic, I don't like how they sound. PA isn't perfect performance. I need it just works. I understand that for things like audio production or low latency stuff, it's not good though. Don't I just need the? I mean, kind of, sort of. And I actually needed more input, which is why I got the audio box and something else. Because when I first started streaming, actually, I wasn't doing programming. Instead, I was doing I was playing a game on the PS4. So I was grabbing audio from that, and that was an adventure. Yeah, long story short on that one is don't be charging your PS4 controller while you have the headphones plugged into your audio input because, like, I don't know, the noise is through the roof and you can't hear the game. Internal to the computer itself, do you really want? Yeah, that's what it's turning out to be. Bridgewater is I'm getting all kinds of RF interference from the computer itself, basically, and it just sounds like trash. Simple things like listening to audio coming from an input. Yeah, I mean, I remember, like, I vaguely remember years ago having audio issues on desktop stuff. I haven't done anything more advanced recently on Linux than, like, watch a video on YouTube and make sure that works, admittedly. So I haven't actually started. I haven't tried to use my current stream setup on a full Linux machine, and I'm kind of scared too, honestly, because I've gotten so used to this and the flexibility that this program gives me with, like, the virtual inputs and everything, like the virtual audio cables it gives you, that I know Pulse Audio just straight up doesn't do right now. Like I like this interface does not exist on Linux that I know of. There are like console programs that might try to do something similar with Ailsa, I think. Last I checked, or Jack. I never got those to work right though when I tried years ago, so I don't know. Switch my power supply generates EMI. Yeah. Use USB cables with ferrite beads on them. Uh-oh, Twitch acting up for you? I'm sorry. Alright, so we'll do that. So I load them into memory. Right, so I can just jump through them. So for every frame, this is the frame. Okay, we're actually gonna frame level select. Well, I mean, there we go. The chat history dumped plus half typed comment. Oh no. Well, yeah. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you, Twitch, for that. Jack is one I've heard about that's supposedly meant for audio production, than for desktop audio, which is what Pulse Audio is for. Yeah, and arguably what I'm doing with streaming is production, right? Because I have a mic, I have some background music stuff that I want to be different level. I have my my desktop audio, and some other things, right? That I'm pumping through a stream. So arguably that's what I would want. But I don't know if it like has an interface comparable to this, right? All right, New York. Thank you for stopping by. You have a good night. Hope to see you again. Hope to see you guys again. See you again. I'm not leaving yet. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll look this weekend or something. I'll get some time. All right. So every frame, we are going to JSR to wait for NMI at the end of that, and then jump back to the top. Because we don't want an infinite loop there like that. Well, wait for NMI as a whatever. So we want the anim loop, right? Let's put an at there so it's local. Anim loop. So this is going to go through the animation stuff, right? So we're going to load up X to 0. Wait a minute. Hang on. I can't do add an index for JSR, can I? Can I? No, I cannot. Okay. Alright, I see how it is. Don't know about GUI either. Jack is the back end. Yeah. Well, Pulse Audio, there's probably multiple GUIs available, just like for Pulse Audio, but I don't know if any are that advanced or as friendly for advanced stuff. That's what I would suspect, is that they are very heavy command line stuff. Where you had to figure out like the actual values beforehand, whereas all I really want for a lot of this is just like a slider I can move up and down, and I see the audio output on it as well, you know, like a meter. Like this stuff up here is just like bonus, a lot of it. I wanted to right click. Make sure I still sound alright. Okay, good. But yeah, like the modulation crap, like I don't use this, right? Like I don't typically use this kind of thing. Or the position, like I don't like, this isn't stuff that I really ever use very much, if at all. But yeah, so I don't really need much from it. I just need like multiple inputs into multiple outputs, you know. How do I do a for loop in assembly? Say, for instance, this. Sure. I don't know about x86 assembly, that syntax, but I'm basically doing a for loop here. So this would be my I, right? We'll just LDA for now. Load up, because this isn't going to actually work the way I want it to work, but whatever. Actually, hang on. Now, where's yeah, it's basically this right here. So this would be I. This is the I++, right? And this is I is less than the counter, right? And if so, it goes and loops around again. Whereas this right here is the body of the loop, right? This here is just the label for that. Patch bay. Q-Jack control. It has a oh, really? Looks like there's no sliders as far as I can see. I mean, honestly, I would almost be tempted to, like, use VCV rack or something, you know? The latency on it is garbage. Don't get me wrong. Like, the latency for VCV rack is pretty terrible. For anything live, mind you. But it's got customization through the nose just because of what it's a Eurorack emulator, essentially. Qt is dreadful. I haven't actually programmed anything in Qt. I've looked at the documentation, I think, briefly, to be like, oh, can I make this, like, Linux native or whatever? And I never even, like, got a hello world. Take that back, I love Qt. Do you reset the values in the registries, or does that happen automatically? Oh, registers. So does that happen automatically for every function? I can try to ask my better question. Oh, so yeah, this right here is the you know, I equals 0 portion of that. If you were jumping to somewhere else, like a JSR to wherever, those could very well clobber all of that stuff, right? So you'll see in places that you'll see in places where I LDX, like say temp something right here, loading X and Y from memory right here. This is because I clobber these the X and Y values somewhere else, I think, right? Probably not in this specific instance, but there are places where I clobber the X and Y values, so I need to like reload them. So I store them in RAM. These are in 0 page, and at the beginning here I load them up. This is actually a nested loop. So at the beginning of the outer loop, I reload them for the inner loop, right? Because they're clobbered at certain points or whatever. I do math on them here. No, I can assure you, Qt is dreadful. No, I assure you, it is great. Compared to both GTK and C++, is a major step up. Different viewpoints, different angles you're coming at that one. Compared to GTK, which I think is, from a user standpoint anyway, I don't particularly like it. Yeah. Are any GUI toolkits not dreadful? That's a good question. I have to subclass anything in order to make a GUI application. Something is wrong with the UI toolkit. I don't have much of an opinion on that because like all the only UI toolkit stuff I've done is like WinForms, and that doesn't really count in this situation, I don't think. Yeah, I need to actually do some WPF stuff, you know, with the XML layout SVG thing, scalable crap. All right, so how am I actually gonna do this now? Because there's no point in putting all this crap in RAM if I can't JSR to it or from it or whatever, you know? So I might have to do some sort of like RTS trick to get back to where I wanted, essentially, you know? Because I want a JSR to a pointer, essentially. I mean, I suppose what I could do is something like a JSR pointer. So this will JSR to the pointer 0 value. And we'll do a end there. So load up the, I forget which way is it. Which way is that way of end. PHA, and then load up this way, I think. Then jump to address pointer 0. Or is it the other way around? It'd be the other way around. Raw wouldn't be API wasn't completely horrid, which is odd for me to, which is not for me to say. As at one point I was writing a program in x86 assembler in order to drown out the pain of working with WinAPI by the pain of working in 32-bit x86 assembly. That sounds rough. Mac OS X UI toolkit wasn't too bad before they did the whole objectionable C thing. Some of the other stuff I wasn't horrid, but all the modern stuff has moved in the wrong direction. On that note, Bridgewater, what is your opinion on what Windows is doing with the .NET stuff? WinForms and WPL, I think, is the new one. WPF, thank you. Apple also doing something right since so many prefer creating apps on iOS compared to Android Studio. Do that? Really? Oh. Yeah. Okay. You know what? We're actually look up some documentation here. Not that one. Where's the RTS? Return from subroutine. This instruction loads the program count and low pro. Where'd it just go? This instruction loads the program count low and program count high from the stack into the program counter and increments the program counter so that it points to the instruction following the JSR. The stack pointer is just with okay. Yeah. That doesn't show any flags. Only affects PCL and PCH. RTS is a single byte instructions. The addressing was implied. Okay. Okay, so this is the order I want. So it fetches low and then fetches high. So I need to push the high onto the stack first and then the low. Right? There you go. Haven't a clue. The only reason I ever run to Windows these days is for hard to reverse it. Okay, that's fair. So this is going to push the address of this guy. I need to do a -1 though, don't I? So that it points to the instruction following the JSR. I need a -1 on that. On shoot. Cheeseburgers, good cheeseburgers. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I am right now trying to figure out how I can mangle this one to work the way I want it to work. But on a broader scale, I am working on a NES game. Don't mind that. That's basically Breakout. I'm running it all in 6502 assembly by hand. So, welcome. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. So that's what I'm working on. Currently, right now, I'm trying to figure out how to jump to a pointer and return properly from that pointer. So yeah, I know of a way that's easy. So now I don't have to do any math. I I get the address of the NOP, but it's going to increment it to the RTS anyway. Maybe. Haven't personally used WF yet. Only WinForms with C#, and it works great. But I think most of the credit goes to C# just being an easy language. And Microsoft is doing great things, doing great in regards to .NET, making it more compatible with Linux and Core. Yeah, so I one of the reasons I actually installed the new version of Visual Studio 2019. I installed it like 3 days ago, and I still haven't actually restarted my computer to finish the installation. But the main reason I did that is so I could try out Core with WPF, because the Core 3.0 or whatever is the one that finally had support for it, I think. So Visual Studio 2017 Core doesn't have access to that stuff. It's only .NET Framework, but with because of the version of Core that ships with it. But with 2019, in theory, I should be able to start doing GUI stuff with .NET Core, and I want to try that with a few things. Yeah. I'm still in VS 2017. For work. I mean, I could probably like make this more specific, I guess, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm still just I still need to copy to this specific pointer, right? So bringing all that crap into RAM was useless. Because I can load at offset X from RAM and load via a pointer at offset X in RAM, but I can't jump to a pointer at offset X, which was the whole idea behind this, doing it this way, putting all this crap in RAM, was to be able to do that. But I can't do that at all. So instead, yeah. Store that into address pointer 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 so now I've got that pointer there. I can jump to it, right? Now I might as well just like take this JSR code and just put it here. I should be able to do that. Have a NOP, because it'll increment it once and then hit there. In theory. Right? Wait, hang on. Am I... Jump to subroutine. This instruction transfers the control of the program to a subroutine located, but leaves a return pointer to the stack on the stack to allow the user to return to perform the next instruction in the main program after the subroutine is complete. To accomplish this, JSR instruction stores the program counter address, which points to the last byte of the jump instruction. the stack using the stack pointer. Okay. The stack point contains the program count high first, followed by the program count low. The JSR then transfers the address from... Yeah, okay. Oh. This transaction loads the program count low and program count high from the stack, and the program counter increments the program counter so that it points to the instruction following JSR. The stack pointer is adjusted by incrementing it twice. Yeah. Yeah, so this should work. Yeah. I mean, I could also do, I guess, RTS -1, right? And not have the NOP there? That'll be an RTS. So I'm yeah, manually constructing this JSR essentially. So let's see if this assembles, number 1. It does not. 101. Syntax error. Okay. I forgot about that. It does. Okay. We want to go over to frame level select. Excuse. That's on this. That's on this bank though. It's not in the game. We shouldn't have the game stuff loaded. I didn't break it yet. Frame it. Why is this crap loaded? No. Oh, good, it broke. It doesn't even get there. It never gets there. A sleeping away friend of mine. Okay, got there. But okay, frame. Why are we jumping to the frame title? What? How did I break this? Break the controllers, do the things, but select menu option. Load up 40, which is like a NOP or something like that, or an RTS, something like that. And the NMI. It says disabling it, and then jumps to wait for NMI.
If you're wondering what's happened, so am I.
Jump to init. It does the math on things. Uh, 81B0. Okay. Grab the bank. Bank 2. Select that bank. And then jump there. Cool. Disable it again. Clear some stuff. Clear some sprites. Clear the name table things and attribute table stuff. Then load up CHR data. Or this is that line, isn't it? It's that line. I know you probably can't see that, but you gotta trust me, it's there. Oh, right. It's drawing all of those. It's not just a line, it's an entire block of it. Okay. Draw some level icons. Alright. Okay. Icon done. This is loading up. I don't increment X here. I'm just going to remove that anyway because that's useless to me. Loading pointers in the 0 page has... Wait, I can't... Wait a minute. I shouldn't be doing that in the load. I'm still... Well, I'm making my X that though, but... Okay, we're not loading that into there. Let's start doing this over here. I'm not doing any of that. Okay, animation loop. Do set in mind. Okay. So let's try this again. Now that I moved it. Or no, frame. Okay. That's not what I wanted. What? I don't do the sleeping thing. Well, then where's NES games right in? Probably assembly in C. That's what I'm gonna guess. That's what I'm gonna guess. Brand of mine. No. Where's it? Here's what I want. In my bear. I wasn't setting the sleeping, so it wasn't getting out of the frame weight loop. SNES games would typically be assembly, with a few outliers I would expect. That's what I would expect or suspect too. Yeah, I have heard of some games being written on the NES in C though. I don't know how common it was, but they do exist. Like I have a feeling that the study box that I have was probably written in C. I have nothing to back this up, by the way. I mean, it might not have been. It might have been like its own flavor of something else. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so let's see if this actually works. I guess the few possibly. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. All right. So now, if I don't do that, go down to the level select. There we go. Yes, the FX chip. Lots of graphics help there. Well, not necessarily graphics, but like math help. Isn't that like basically a math chip? That's what that was on there. Right, so load that up, store it there, store it there. 82B0. Okay, let's see. So 8145. That looks right. Okay. So we're gonna jump into here. This isn't really gonna do anything. Whatever. Let's go to RTS. It went somewhere weird. I mean, this is title screen code. That should be 8245. Oh, I see what happened. Order of operations thing. Right? Maybe. I've already got a breakpoint there. Okay, we're good. Ah, it assembled. That is good news. 8245. That's what I want. There we go. But modern day, that doesn't pan out well. What, for assembly, you mean? 8245. I'm gonna jump to somewhere else. Do the thing. I'm gonna RTS. And it RTS's right where I want it to RTS to. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So we're not using the RTS trick as its RTS trick, really. We're using it as like a... Well, we're actually just manipulating... We're constructing our own JSR. I mean, this is like 1.5 billion more cycles, but... I don't care. Yeah. Because how else would I do that? I'd have to have all those other routines jump somewhere known, you know? Oh, a single chip for limited spectrum, like the FX chip. It was actually used on more than one game. It was used on more than Star Fox. Had a handful of games actually. Like that's the most used of all the extra chips, I think, isn't it? Or is one of the most used? That's for sure. So Star Fox used it. Very few, yes, but it wasn't just a one-off for. Well, I guess it was made originally for one game. Kinda. But a bunch of other games did actually use that. Like I'm pretty sure Super Mario RPG also used that. And I don't remember if that flight game used it or if it used its own different one. The flight game that's got that bug in it where it crashes on certain versions in the demo. You own that? Nice. Nice. I don't know. Anyway, so that worked. Oh, okay. Well, I spoke too soon. Clearly. Why is it... That loop should only happen twice, but it's still gonna go to 4. Trying out Dvorak just now, and it took me 30 minutes to type 2 paragraphs. Yeah, sounds about right for starting out. How do you like it so far? Was it a great piece of... Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. Don't bother. Cheeseburgers, that's actually what I use. I use Dvorak here. Which is why my movement keys are like all over the place. They're all these guys here instead of in a line in Vim. Yeah, I actually use a modified programmer's Dvorak too, so it's not even like a standard one. Because I gotta be that much of a pain, I guess. I have to be that different. Guess I need more than toys. And let's try that again. So yeah, it's gonna do all that, and then it's gonna do the next one. Right, because it's at X is 2. I like it though, it's fun. Many words are almost exclusively on the home row, right? It's nice. This one is 8 to be 4. And now we're up to 4, so we're done. Look at that. What did I start on computer-wise? For typing? Or for something else? You know, that shouldn't be there. There we go. For typing, I started on QWERTY years and years ago, but I learned Dvorak to unlearn some bad habits I had in QWERTY. Coding. So like the first thing I really remember coding is like one of those TI-80 whatever calculators. That was Messen. No. Messen is the debugger emulator that I'm using. Fox McCloud, I read your message in my head and it overwrote what I was gonna say. But no, so the TI-80 whatever calculators with BASIC. That's what I wanted to say. I started with BASIC in like high school. And then from there, I moved on to PHP, Perl, Python, a little bit of Java, I think, probably, during all that. During college, it was Java, some JavaScript, more PHP, QBasic, oh boy, C#. And then from there, I've just learned more things like COBOL and Go and assembly and a little bit of Lisp here and there. Lua. I meant Lua. I've looked at Lisp. I think I did like some of the tutorial stuff. I don't remember like most of it, so I need to do that again. But yeah, this is a debugger that's built into Messen, my emulator. Yeah, I'm not C++ at the moment. Okay, no worries. I did actually do a little bit of C++ as well in school. Not very much of it. It was mostly like the print out a menu on the console or whatever, and then get somebody's input. And that was like the extent of what I remember in that stupid class. It was more of the here's a for loop, here's an integer, and here's a string, and here count something. That was the extent of my coding in that school, in that class. Yeah, most of what I know is self-taught. The vast majority of it, like all this stuff, this is all exclusively self-taught. Yeah, I'm liking C++. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't done much with C++. I've done a little bit here and there. But not as much as I would have liked, I guess. I don't know. I can read it. I can modify it. Doesn't mean that those modifications will work. But, yeah. Not many schools teaching C++. Yeah, I guess not. What's the matter with them? They should totally be teaching that, right? It would be a good intro to assembly. It absolutely would be, I think. The only caveat to my statement there is I only know 650 assembly. So take that with a grain of salt, I guess. I don't know. It would definitely teach you to like manage your resources better. That's for sure. Most languages are the same, dropping the grammar. Yeah, most higher languages are very similar until you go down to like assembly, and then the domain of assembly languages is just very different than higher level languages. Just the way everything works is so much different. Like here, I don't have like an object doesn't exist. Like that concept doesn't exist. I need to construct that concept myself if I want to use it, you know? Yeah, speaking of construction things, what was I doing? Alright, so I guess for now we'll just animate all of them because shut up. For now, I guess. Yeah. So let's put some stuff in memory. I know you can't really see this very well, but whatever. So anim stack A. Oh, my revenge. I guess that scares him. I mean, yeah, that's some of the fun of it, though. I think is figuring out how I want all this stuff organized. Useless Pony, how you doing? Welcome. Stack A. So what is this going to be? It's going to be the. I need a few things. So I need the X and Y of the meta sprite. Oh boy. The sprite flags, animation interval. Hang on. How do structures work? And CS65. 65.github.io. We'll need Vim design to. Nice though. Good though. Documentation. CA65. Structs, unions, and enums. Okay. How do I use these? And can I get a separate section? Okay. Structs and unions are special forms of scopes. They are to some degree comparable to their C counterparts. Both have a list of members. Each member allocates storage and optionally may have a name whose value, in the case of a struct, is usually a storage offset from the beginning. In case of a union, doesn't change and is usually 0. Okay. Declaration. Here's a struct. Okay. How do I use those structs? Like, how do I declare that, right? C plus circle radius. I don't know if I like that. Well, it's kind of not really. 2019, you don't. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. I have a plugin for Visual Studio that brings in Vim bindings. And this right here is Vim, and I use it all over the place. All over the place. So I use it as my main text editor on Windows even. I use it on all my servers for all the things I need to do on my servers pretty much. I import the keybinds into Visual Studio. I love Vim. I love the way it works. All right, so we're gonna see how this works and if it's feasible for us. I'm gonna move this over here just so I can see it and have this open at the same time. If you say so. And let's do that. All right, so struct. I don't have that in my syntax highlighting. Whatever. Stack anim. Construct. Only question is, why do you not use the terminal version of Vim? Because it is garbage on Windows. That's literally all of it. That is the only reason I'm not. It's because it is trash on Windows. That's not really Vim's fault. That's the console's fault, right? Where is? I mean, it's alright for like simple things, right? Like editing Git messages and all that kind of stuff. But as soon as I want to get into the more complicated things with my like paste buffers and some other stuff, it just falls flat. Git bash it is, but I'm not using bash as my main command line interpreter on Windows. But what isn't garbage on Windows? I mean, apparently its audio subsystem isn't garbage on Windows. We had that conversation earlier. Use any input? I do not know. Not a fan of Sigwin. I mean, honestly, I'm not really a big fan of it either. Only because it's a pain in the butt to get working properly and to get set up right. And honestly, if I was going to be doing much with Sigwin, I would just be installing Linux. I wouldn't be bothering with Sigwin or Windows at all at that point. Keepless dot, you get emojis, best Windows feature. What? Is that like a new terminal? The new one in Windows? I have not used Haskell before. Hello, how you doing? Captain Ajani? Welcome. I think I might have looked at it at one point. But I don't remember doing any like hello world with it. Yeah, okay. I recognize this syntax, but I have not worked with it. No, I have not done anything with it. One of these days. Wait a minute. I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Yeah. Maybe we'll add emoji. Oh God. Oh, please no. Please no. I'm not sure I want that. All right. Those are nice. Those are the ASCII emotes. Those are a different story. I like those. I've been learning. Oh, nice. It's on that long list of things I need to learn or want to at least dabble in a little bit. You know. Check it. Is that what I think it is? Is that the one where like it's all the Unicode emojis for source code things? Because that's a big no for me. That's a big no. God. All right, so for this guy, we got 3 sprites, right? So we have a Y, res 1. We have an X1, res 1, X2, and 3. Do I need the I don't necessarily need them in RAM. The tile IDs, rather. Oh, geez. Some tools like KTF a key bind that lets you enter Unicode code points for characters to insert. No, please, no. Ooh, smiley face to 1. No. Well, because you'd have to map those to numbers, right? So you'd have to map them to the ASCII space for here anyway. You know, if I wanted to use them on the NES, which I'm kind of curious now, because this CA65 has this control command of char map. Apply custom mapping for characters. The command is followed by 2 numbers. The first one is the index of the source character. Oh, it's a range. It won't work. Never mind. So that won't work because this apparently is not Unicode. Emojis for instruction names could work. I mean, not with my assembler, because my assembler works strictly on 0 to 255, the ASCII code space. Well, extended ASCII, I suppose, because it uses the second page in that too, technically. Yeah. Wait, these aren't reses. These are just like .byte? Is that what these are? Janie Kappa. I have the hiccups. God, you know. Look what you've done to me. Alright, so I don't really need to keep track of the, that. I do need to know the palette color stuff. No, I don't. I do need to know the frame. Alright. So then we're gonna have stack A is going to be a dot tag of stack anim. Is that how it works? Godfather, morning. How you doing? It's breaking. Have you ever tried to remake an original NES game? Remake one? No. Because that's not really like why I'm doing NES stuff in the first place. Yeah, I originally learned assembly for the NES to reverse engineer other NES games. So my end goal here isn't actually to make games for the NES. My end goal is to reverse engineer other games for the NES, find exploits, and use those in tool-assisted speedruns. I got distracted a little bit, and now I'm making NES games. Yeah, so here I am. Then I don't want to get any, like, you know, legal trouble with that kind of crap, you know? Because with that, it's like, you can't do any Nintendo stuff, because they will come after you so hard. So you want to avoid that like the plague. And as for the other stuff, like, that's all possibly under trademark or something, and, you know, intellectual property for the characters, and I don't want to have to deal with any of that crap, any of it. So I'm just like making my own anyway. I'm just going off and doing my own thing, making up my own story, making up my own graphics and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right, so let's see if this does what I think it does. Okay, first off, we need to run the right command, which is make not vim. It don't work. Invalid storage allocator. Can I not have bytes? Does it need to be words? Byte or .res? Res requires an operand. Am I missing something here? 26. That's that guy right there. No semicolon or colon. Invalid 28. Did I miss one? Because that. Why is a register? Meaning for young learning purposes. Oh, like to learn how to do a certain thing? Like remaking a game to learn how that game was made, basically. No, I haven't done any of that. I did go through a tutorial though. If you want to have a look at that one. Res? Yeah. It's the second link there. They started with Pong. I actually did write a good chunk of that on stream. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it. But they ended with like a, okay, we got the sprite bouncing around the screen. They called it a it was a sprite. And here's where you would put the paddle code, and here's where you put like the collision code. Good luck. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna just finish writing this program now. So that's where I started with all this, and then yeah, they drew the circle and went like, all right, draw the rest of the owl. And I'm like, oh, all right, I guess I'll draw the rest of the owl. So that's what it's not recent, is it? No, it's not. Of course not. Why would it be? Why would it be more recent? Over here, that's what this guy is. Now this one was my first one that I finished, right? It's a thing. It's not the best, but it does work. There is some, I'm not gonna tear it up because it hurts. So I'm actually playing against a computer player here that does miss, but it's very, very predictable. There's no angles or anything like that. Like, I can't direct the ball into a certain direction. It just bounces off. But yeah, so this is the first game that I completed on the NES. The second one, which I completed a few months ago, I called complete. It's got bugs, but I don't care to fix them, honestly. That's a Infinite Runner. So if you ever like had or excuse me, not had internet and opened up Chrome and got a little dinosaur running game, I made that too. That one looks a little different. That's this game here. Yeah, still a very simple game. Aloha, how you doing? Best version of Punk. I don't know about that. But how you doing, KK Penny? Am I saying that right? KK Penny? Yeah. Yeah. So this is the second game that I wrote on the NES. This one took a while. This one took like 9 months or something stupid. Almost a year. And even playing it now, I can see all kinds of like glitches where like the screen glitches every once in a while, and like that fire animation, it looks fine, pause, but if it's moving, it's misaligned. This design makes me feel young again. And every once in a while, like if you pause like on the right frame or whatever, I don't know where it is, but on the right frame, the background, the purple skyline will keep on going. It'll keep on scrolling. Tim, how you doing? Welcome. So it looks, well, thank you. I can't take credit for all of the sprites on this. Let's see if I can get them all on the same screen here. But the player character, that burning barrel there, and eventually there's gonna be a truck. There we go. That truck I didn't do. Everything else I put together myself, or everything else you see anyway. The audio, there is an audio track that I commissioned out in here. I have that muted right now. One of the few people that say my name right, which is weird to me since it's a simple name. I mean, usually I get it wrong flat out. Like I'll get a name just completely wrong, and I'll get it explained to me like 6 times before I finally start pronouncing the freaking name right. Yeah, but that's good to hear. I'm glad that I'm pronouncing right. That's good. Welcome. How you doing? I already asked that. But yeah, so this one took a while. This one took a long while. It's all RNG based on a seed. This guy right here, so you can get a new one or change it or whatever, right? And it keeps track of your high scores. It does use save RAM for this, battery back RAM or whatever. Yeah, so you can keep track of scores. You can tell that I'm fantastic at my own game. None of them over 500 there. And this is a list of everybody that's supported me so far, or during this project rather. I do have something like this for my current project. It's a little different, but same idea. Turbo boom. On a bit of a work trip, so it's on a break for a few days. Get names wrong all the time. Yeah, I mean, the names that have like camel case are fantastic, right? Because you can kind of read those really fast. But if they don't have any camel case and like 6 words jammed together, you're like, hi, Bob. Names are very hard. That is unfair. But anyway, back to this one. But yeah, so for this one, for this game, it's not really any RNG. But I do have like I didn't want to hit the level select button. I do have like multiple levels and things, so like different designs. I haven't what's it? I haven't put these in. I haven't set these in stone, right? So the designs for these levels are going to change. I know. But I mean the mechanics work, and it's easy to change the levels, so I'm not too worried about it. Come on, get it straight up, darn it. Oh. Yeah, so that's one of the mechanics of this game is like a smaller subworld, right? So if you hit a certain block, it spawns smaller maps that you have to clear in order to clear that brick. I feel like Evil Corp. It's a really good name for Evil Corp. For Evil Corp or Evil Inc. If I could promote your game, I would. But have a good rest of the day. All right. Well, thank you, Cheeseburgers, for Good Cheeseburgers for stopping by. Appreciate that. Mouse, how you doing? You're just coming by, right? I didn't miss you before, did I? I hope I didn't. But hello. Camel case or snake case? For readable, either helps. Just dropped in. All right. Yeah, honestly, either one of those goes a long way. 8 squared. Hello. How you doing? But yeah. Where's my code? There's my code. So was this breaking? Was this complaining about stuff? It was because of why. Okay. I prefer the SpongeBob case. All right, so to use these, it's something stupid. Instruction unions are currently implemented as nested symbol tables. In fact, they are a byproduct of improved scoping rules. Currently, the assembler has no idea of types. This means that the tag keyword will only allocate space. You wouldn't be able to initialize variables declared with tag. Adding an embedded structure to another structure with tag will not make that added structure accessible with the : operator. Lisp case with really long and really descriptive, long and descriptive names. Oh god. Let me give you what? Twitch back to a large bag of unsavory. Yeah, Twitch keeps breaking. Why was it complaining about stuff? Oh, it was complaining about because I was trying to use just a letter Y as a variable, and that's a register, so that's a reserved word technically. I prefer to put all my code on one line because I'm evil like that. I actually can't put code on one line. Because that, if I do that, oops. I mean, my highlighter sees it fine, but unexpected trailing garbage characters. It's expecting the new line at the end of each statement. So I don't even think I can like do a, yeah, because that's a comment. No. Must hop off. All right, Tim. Well, thank you for stopping by. Excuse you. But you have a good night. Hope to see you again. Godfather, have you seen some of those Pearl ones that get nuts? The just another Pearl hacker ones. I go into a few of these. Hang on. Oh Lord, please spare us. You know what? The one on Wikipedia is actually a decent one, I think. Because this one I think is my favorite right here. So Pearl's mascot is a camel, right? So we're gonna copy this. Oh yeah, see, so pasting doesn't work in the terminal. Come on. Apparently it doesn't work here either. Copy. There we go. Okay. Do I have Pearl here, right? Okay, Pearl. What? Not Pearl. So, this is legitimate source code that produces this output. IOCC. I don't think I'm familiar. But hello, Professor. I don't think I said hi to you yet. This is great, right? And it even like works on Windows too, which I'm astonished by. Use nano? No. No. Maybe the Perl one-liners are the reason why Python forced you to use white space. Maybe. I don't know. IOCC. International Obfuscated C Code Contest. Oh, so it's like Vimgulf, but with Perl instead. Right? I am confused and impressed. Alright, and winning entries. Let's see some winning entries. Oh, this is this year's. Alright. All the data. Can I get like a few of them? No, I have to actually download the tar file. How big is this? Oh, 6 megs. Not too bad. Really? You know, okay, more options, and where's 7Z on this list? There it is. So is the top. Great, I'm confused. A few of them actually compile without any problems. Surprising. All right. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh boy. Excuse me? What are these defines? What is this? That's not even a complete statement. It's got only like the first third of a for loop here. Not even, because that doesn't terminate the statement. So here's another here's the end of the for loop, or the end of the initialization stage. Then there's the hey, that's not even the compare. This is the compare over here. Wait, what? Good God. And they didn't even go the extra length of obfuscating these strings. I am disappointed. It's Zalish. How you doing? Zalash? Maybe? How you doing? Welcome. I'm learning Rust. I don't know. I haven't had a reason to learn it yet. Pearl's beautiful syntax, right? It's nice on mobile because it embeds? Excuse? I don't know. I just haven't had a reason to learn Rust yet. I don't know. I haven't gotten around to it. It's another one of the things on my long list of things. I was hoping this was gonna be like a deobfuscated, but no, it's just the same freaking thing. But yeah, I've got a long list of things that I, you know, want to learn eventually or whatever, but... Oh, here's your one-liner. Enjoy! Is that valid? They're limited in how much memory the file takes, so the code is quite dense. Yeah, I can see that. The airplane one? Excuse me? Does this actually use... That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. I love it. That's amazing. So, what does it use for the GUI here? My flight simulator will win the best. Yeah, I can see that. Xlib. Okay, he uses Xlib. Got it. What are to light steam on fire? Light steam on fire. That like a second selling update. Oh no! Finish already. Yeah. So this is an this is a neat one. It has. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was never on the level where I could actually write this kind of stuff. Honestly, I don't think. Half-Life 3 confirmed. What is this? What is that supposed to be? Does this? Does this read the comment as code? And see, this is more what I was expecting for string printing, you know? Good God. Yeah, it opens up it opens up this file and reads this as the code, I guess. Does it interpret it? No. I don't know. I'm not gonna bother with going through all that stuff because I'm already very distracted. I need to get back to what I was doing, I think. That's messed, right? All right, so I still have another one open. I forgot I had this running. Oh, good God. Okay, there it goes. I broke my terminal because thank you, Pearl. Never forget the... Yeah, right? Never forget Pearl because it'll come back and bite you in the face. I still have another one open. All right. So over here... we're gonna make this once every frame, I think, or for now. So we're gonna load up anim stack A plus stack anim frame, which is just a really long way of saying that, really. So I don't technically need to do that really, because it's the first one. Yeah. Yeah. So I need animation. I need data. Oh, no, not there. I need data for these frames. Anim stack chords. These are going to be relative to the start, I think, because the other ones I think I'm just gonna hard code their address and where they are. So 0, 8, and then 16 for Y, and then a byte 0, 0, 0. No, just those. I'm just keeping track of Y. I don't need to really keep track of X here. Which means that I got those backwards. At least one byte. It's like a rabbit hole. You guys, yeah. That's one thing. Is another thing you had to open. Yeah, I have a problem with that rabbit holes. Especially like 1994's winner of worst abuse of the rules. The world's smallest self-replicating program. Smaller is indeed impossible since this line is an empty file. So you want a technicality? You want a technicality? I love it. Technically correct. The best kind of correct. Oh boy. Alright, so we get the frame. Alright, Godfather, no worries. Bytes. I don't really need that. I don't need that as. I don't need that in the ROM there, right? Because that's just the length of something. So anim stack chords length equals that. If. Wow. Okay. Goodness. Now, so we're gonna actually load this into X. We're gonna load up a anim stack chords at length. No, stack chords at X. This is the Y coordinate. No, this is the X coordinate. We're going to store that into anim stack A plus stack anim at X0. Yeah. And then we're going to load up, you know, let's, no, just no. It's underneath there. Load up, well, how abstract do I want this to be? Do I want to have all of the values here in this relative to a base offset? I think I do, because I yeah. Well, that's what the whole thing is about. We like programs that are concise, as concise and small as they need to be. Do something quasi-interesting. Pass lint without complaint. Oh, are portable. Oh, are unique or novel in their obfuscation style. Use a number of different types of obfuscation. Make us laugh and or throw up. General ideas, not strict rules. Okay. Yes. What? How do I want to define this object basically? I essentially want to have a structure definition. That have values on them. You know? Union struct. What are the other ones? There's another one, just tag, I think, right? Just tag, yeah. Allocate space for a structure union. Generic nested scopes. Scope outer, okay, scope inner. How do I use those though? A foo. Where's A defined? Wait, what? Hold up. Access the global bar, which is 3. Okay. Recipes to the rules, 1989 author's notes. This program is supposedly the smallest C program able to print Hello World. The compilation itself produces the desired printout, and the program need not actually be run. Need not be actually run. Was it like compiler directives? Like if I were to do like a dot out here and then hello world or whatever, right? Technically it does actually print that out, but that's on the assembler level. Okay, I'm not sure what that does in C land, but neat. Excuse me. Yeah, basically I want to like reference these as things, I guess. So let's. What happens if I do this? Scope. Stack chords. This is scope. Y chords. End scope. And can I do things like didn't you just write hello world in the error Thorn will print out hello world? Compilation command cats the O file. Which the only content as a string is technicality, yeah. This isn't gonna do what I want it to do. So that's not gonna put data there. Is it? Unless I do like another nested scope. That's this. which is just dot byte. Duplicate that. I'm not sure this will do what I want it to do. I need to allocate that somehow. Don't I? Okay. There's that. Let's in memory. Zero eight. It's got the data there. Okay, so it is putting the data where I want it to. And it's seeing it all as data. Okay, so now can I access it like I think I can access it? So can I do things like, oops, load up anim stat chords, y chords at x. Is that legal? No. Because it's a single? $179. Not quite. No, it's not. What? Like, this is pretty much what I want to do. So we can have a name, in which case it is accessible from the outside using the explicit scopes. Using explicit scopes. Okay, here we go. Explicit specification. Foo bar. Okay, that's. Oh, this is exactly what I'm doing right here. I'm just nesting it further. Foo at bar. Anim stat chords. At that. That should give me. That should give me an address. No shit scope. What do you mean? I don't know why. I know why. This program is a self-reproducing program, which is on the IOCCC's list of discouraged program types. Worse, it's a self-reproducing program written in Common Lisp. What's this doing in an entry into the IOCC? Start over. This program, when compiled with CC99 compiler, is an interpreter for an extremely limited and highly broken subset of Common Lisp. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, Y chords is defined. It's defined right here. Is that not how nested scopes work? Right, load 3 on 2, because this one's declared after. This is a constant. That's a constant. A scope doesn't have an address to it, does it? Nope. Okay. Well, I can still work with that. I can still work with that. Only one variable is available. This variable is called Q, although any symbol name starting with the letter Q will be mapped to this variable. What? 10th rule in action. Lisp was written in Lisp. Wasn't that like the first instance of such practice? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so we gotta switch this up a little bit. So we're getting rid of that. Just leave Y chords. Because this should be only that scope. Right? Maybe. So if I have another, like, anim server chords, I should be able to reuse the same names. Oh, because, there we go. That, I think, is what I want. Okay. So this lets me define different sets of data that might look the same, but they're different, and call them differently, but have like a structure to them. Okay. We're making progress. Sounds like a Python exception error. Totally not gonna ask one. Okay. Alright. So then given that, and way down here, actually I can put those, this is in main, nope, SP that. So this stuff could be embedded in the stack, couldn't, or in the structure, right? So I have like tile starts there. flags. This would be palette and upper X. Yeah. And then, X coordinates. Well, okay, so these guys are per frame, right? This is going to be base X. Byte 83 and then 97. So 83 and then 97 base Y. So these are two different what's it? Objects, really. And these are just going to be both 33. Like that. I think. I don't know. Maybe. So these are for the frame, right? For frame. I can't have the current frame in there because that's something that needs to be in RAM. Which is what these guys are. Can you see that? Not really. Which is what these guys are right here. Which has this information in it, right? So we've got the frame, the X coordinate for all three sprites, and then the Y coordinates for those sprites. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, yeah, I guess just load up the Y coordinate at X, store that into Y1. Y is going to be the same for all of them. X... Wait, no. Yes. Y is going to be same for all of them. The X is going to be different for each of the individual sprites. Right. Okay. Load up anim stack chords base X at Y. Welcome back. I think I figured out why the game was stuck at 100%. It's because Steam is a piece of crap. They have improved a lot, though, I think, over the years. Alright, so I'm loading that up. I am going to store that into X1 at Y. The anim stack A. Whoops. No, that was correct actually. That one does take the coordinates out of that. This one goes to A. Right, so this is reading the actual values. This is writing those values to RAM. Does your stream title not answer the question? I mean, it might. I don't know. Then we're going to increment Y. And then compare Y to anim stack chords. Well, no, whatever. Length. No. Count byte star dot star minus base Y. Because I only want 2 essentially. Okay. No. No, this is going to be hard-coded, actually. Compare Y to 3. 3. B&E like that. So this goes through the tiles in the sprite. Cybermage, how you doing? Any tips to learn assembly? I'm not sure about the newer languages. Like ARM or whatever, or x86. I only know 6502. So I can only direct you in that direction. What I did, it might not work for you, it won't work for everybody, is I just straight up read an assembly manual from the 70s and started from there, and I did some NES specific tutorials with it. Yeah. More than that, I'm not sure what to tell you. I do apologize. Using compile lines prior to the compile instruction limit. Someone made a program that can be made to do anything using compiler flags. It also passes BSD and UTS lint. At least one version of lint is thrown into the infinite loop by this entry. An infinite loop. Ron? I don't know how to say your name, but how you doing? Any luck so far in the interviews? Oh yeah, so I might as well mention some stuff. Roman Red. Got it. So I do have an official offer. There's like a 99% chance I'm going to take that. Best use force of 1701. Yeah, so I have an offer. I got that this morning. Later this afternoon, or earlier this afternoon, rather, at this point, I had a follow-up with a different place. I don't have an offer from them yet. I might get one in time. Not Squarespace. But the way I figure it, by this time tomorrow, I should probably have some paperwork signed. Yeah. But yeah, so it looks like I'm getting back in the workforce finally after like 3 months. It'd be an even 3 months in like 2 days. So yeah, that's exciting. It's a bit of a commute from where I am right now. It's been 3 months, yeah. What kind of job? It's a programming job. It's a developer job. Same technology as my last one, honestly. It's C#.net and SQL and whatnot. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a commute. Your walk is on, yeah. And the reason I bring that up is because of my stream schedule. Yeah, so the first month or so is going to be a little rocky, I think. Month or two. I know for certain, I hope for certain that I'll be doing, I'll still be doing weekends. The commute's long. I don't exactly want to give away where I'm commuting from. But I don't know if I'll get back within reasonable time to start stream at 6:30 again. Right, because I don't want to start up right as soon as I get home, right? Like right as soon as I take my shoes off, basically. So we're gonna play that by ear. Deedle, how you doing? Thank you for your 8th month. I appreciate that.
He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
Yeah. So my commute was at my my commute was months ago was 10 to 15 minutes, and that's nice. That's a nice short commute. This is a little longer. It involves a train, and I'm going into Boston, so I'm not driving into Boston every day. So yeah, it involves a train, so I have to conform to their schedules, basically. So I would like to keep my current schedule. I don't know if I'll be able to, especially for the first month or two. I am planning on moving closer in a month or two. So yeah, details will certainly be on Discord for all that stuff. You just drive a little over an hour? Oh goodness, one way from minimum wage. What were you smoking, Godfather? Like yeah, this new one is a significant pay increase from my last one. Yeah, so I ain't commuting far away for minimum wage. It's a job at the time. That's what I was smoking. I mean, for minimum wage though. I wish I lived near Boston. Would have totally tried to get a job there. Unfortunately, companies for Boston are less likely to reach out to Connecticut residents. For a commute that far? Absolutely. Because that's like a 2-hour commute every day. Screw that noise. Yeah, and it just gets longer and longer, especially if you're going on train. The T doesn't go that far. Commuter rail does not go that far. Yeah. I mean, Amtrak does, but Amtrak goes to like New York and DC, right? Like there's lines that go from, or there's trains that go from South Station, Boston, into Washington DC. I don't think the recruiter would think about that, right? Yeah. Exactly. I'd moved to there. Yeah. U.S. Rail is absolute garbage. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing, honestly. Report 1701 submission. The HTML content you may see is static and immutable. Nothing funny with HTTP status codes. Even the time status cookie once set remains static throughout the session. Data appears to not be transmitted within the binary content community on the server. How does this program do it? Trek to the cloak of execution. Oh, yeah, no, thank you. Nonsense. Amtrak is the best company ever in the world. No, it's like an extra $30 if I wanted to use Amtrak instead of commuter rail. No. Current commute is 5 to 10 minutes walking. Yeah, that's I wish I had that one. Yeah, I'm looking at some apartments, like just testing the waters for it right now, right? Like it's still gonna be a little while until I'm ready to move to a place closer. But one of them is like a 2-minute walk from a train station. I'm like, Oh, that's nice. And it's like within budget, and I think bigger than this place that I'm in here. Source of evil, disgusting, real people. Yeah, I could see that. Current computer is 150 kilometers. Don't worry, motorcycles. I don't fear death. Stay safe. Most of an hour. Yeah, walking an hour. I'm not sure I'd like that, especially like in Boston. Because like in the summer that might be fine, but winter, no, I'm not walking an hour in Boston winter. They build it as like full stack, so we'll see. Just motorcycle roads, right? Thank you, Waltham. I've actually got a I completely forgot about this actually. Tomorrow I have a phone interview for a place up in Waltham. I'm not gonna be taking that one, obviously, because it's billing itself more as a support role than a dev role, and no thank you on that one. I already had a job like that bait and switch. It was a bait and switch. Dev to support. No. Yeah, no thank you, tech support. It wasn't strictly tech support. It's more of like support on their product. And one thing that really like clued me into that was like, oh yeah, and you'll be handing things off to devs. I want the dev role. Can I get that one? Can I hand it off to myself? Yeah, we want someone technical to explain the things to the devs. I'm like, can I just be a dev instead? I'd like that very much, please and thank you. So that's going to be like a hard pass from me, I think. I'm not sure they'll be able to pay me enough for that one. Like, for a tech support role, if anyone wants me for a tech support role, it's going to be an extra 0 at least onto my salary, right? It's like, no, add an extra 0 and I'll think about it. Like that one Cobalt place, I know for a fact they would love to have me back. Know for a fact. So I know Cobalt at this point. I know their system. I know some of their customers. They would love to have me back. But, yeah, they're going to have to add an extra 0 if they want me back. Not at the front, at the end. An extra 0 at the end. I would have to clarify with this guy, I'm sure. Because he tried to weasel his way out of it. Jesus. Oh, thank you, Discord, for just blowing up my phone all of a sudden. Did you guys hear that? My phone just freaking out. Bwah, 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 bwah. I mean, I'm in streamer mode, Discord. Why are you sending notifications to my phone? 10k now. 10k is... Oh, yeah, .0. Yeah, that's like far below minimum. No. You're also assuming that there's a non-zero digit in the... So instead of getting paid $99,000, you'd be getting paid $990,000. Look to get it. Yeah, basically something like that. I'd be, yeah. Yes, number. Pilfers, how you doing? What do you have against more than 3 registers in general? The system I'm coding for doesn't have any of that. The 6502 has 3 registers. I'm coding for the 6502 because that's what the NES is. Discord policy of auto full notification. Yeah, I don't. You just wish. Listen here, you. At least you're not a bot. You're not a bot, right? Goodness gracious. No, that's not generics. Yeah. Oh no. Well, no, Go doesn't have generics. Actually, that's like one of its. That's one of its things that like. It's become a joke now. I think, hasn't it? Actually, advanced AI, right? Yeah, I was actually working in Go Code earlier today. That's what the that coding exercise was that I mentioned before. He pulls it up, and it's an online editor environment thing or whatever, right? Because those are fun. And the language is Java. And I'm like, no, thank you. We're changing that language right now. Yeah. You underestimate the power of some people willing to make AIs. They thought they were adding it to 2.0. I thought that. Oh no, there was like a joke presentation I think going around a little while ago. They started off with things like this got generics or whatever, and then just divulged into devolved, yeah, into just like some clearly sarcastic BS things. Yeah. Like 40,000 lines ago in the last few weeks. Like it for what it is. But the biggest pain is the error handling. A lot of people mention that, but I've seen the other end of it. I've seen the other extreme where things have no error handling in like VB.net, right? So you just like let it fail, and then the end user is greeted with a stack trace or something less helpful sometimes, right? So then you're just wrapping everything in try catches, right? Like that, like wrapping main in try catch, which is another big no, right? So I've seen that on the business end, right? And how errors are handled in a business setting with corporate quote-unquote code or enterprise quote-unquote code. It's ugly. It's ugly. So the other side of that, the other extreme of that, is the way Go handles it. It basically forces you to handle errors kind of correctly, right? I have an authority on the subject. And honestly, it makes you think about, like, okay, what if this fails? Like, I don't expect this to fail, but what if? You know, like, it forces you to think about certain error conditions that you wouldn't really, you might not have realized before. Sort of, that's just easy way to troll the linter. Does the linter actually pick up on that stuff? Like, does the linter complain if you ignore errors? Cause that'd be funny. Code never fails. It's just that good. Yeah, about that. It'll be about everything. All right. Code never fails. Yeah. So your code might not fail, but what if it's a parse error? What if you're taking in user input and it's a parse error? Then it's not your code. It's an error with parsing. Because you got garbage in, so you can't make non-garbage out of that. So what do? That's an error of sorts. Declaring everything as an interface. That's just like adding to the problem, I think, isn't it? Declaring everything an interface. It's the end user not being... It's the user's error. The user's wrong. That COBOL guy, boss? That was him. That was him. No, the user doesn't know how to use the program. The program crashes. What do you mean? It ain't the user's fault that the program's crashing. I think that is the best thing about Go is forcing users to write good code. Yeah, right? It might be annoying, but it forces you to handle those cases, you know? Sure, it might be verbose sometimes, but it makes you think about that. It makes you handle it, and it makes issues easier to find, you know? Senior role at a university. Can't touch my laziness. Oh, boy. Yeah, the linter and formatter are really nice. I like them a lot, actually. To be fair, the user is often the reason for the program crashes. You need to handle it though, right? Like if a field expects a dollar input, but someone types their name in it instead. First off, why are you letting them type their name in it? Number one. Number two, it shouldn't crash. You know, this is not Java. Yeah. Yeah. So it's. I had a lot of gripes with that boss because he was a great guy. He didn't know how to program properly though, or run a business, and everything was always the user's fault. Always. Like, the user doesn't know what he's talking about. I know this business. No, you don't. One I remember specifically. So it was point of sale stuff, right? Specifically for like boats and marinas and whatnot. So this one customer is like, hey, I'm selling gas at my dock. Cool, we support that. I also want to sell diesel. You just select diesel, no problem. Oh, by the way, when we buy diesel, we don't, the tax isn't included. So when we sell diesel, the tax also isn't included automatically. Therefore, we need to be able to add tax onto diesel fuel. Right? So if it's gas in the States anyway here, that's included, right? So the number you see on the pump is the number that you pay because the taxes are included in that number. But for diesel, they're not. And I didn't realize this until later, to not accidentally dox myself. So this customer's like, no, really. When we get diesel, we don't pay taxes on it because it's not included. We have to pay taxes manually, basically, right? I'm not an accountant. Forgive my wrong lingo. So she's like, we need to be able to add tax to fuel, specifically diesel, right? Gas is fine, but we need it for diesel. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I never heard about that before. So I go to my boss and say, hey, so-and-so needs to add tax to diesel. What are you talking about? It already uses tax as fuel. They're telling me that they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about because we already handle diesel and it handles diesel fine. And you don't need to add tax onto diesel because it has tax. Yeah. Celios, how you doing? Welcome. So fast forward a little bit. My last job was at a shipping company, right? Part of this, so they had a fleet of semi trucks, right? They're all diesel. They have all kinds of internal stuff to track these guys going around the country. And they track the miles in each state. The reason they track the miles in each state is because when you buy diesel at the pump in the States anyway, you do not pay taxes to that state. You pay taxes for diesel based on how many miles in that state you drive. That is why taxes are not included in diesel. Most cars here are gas, not diesel. That's why. So the reason that this customer needed to add tax onto diesel is because that wasn't included in the price, right? Because of the whole situation with the rest of the country where diesel is only used for shipping, essentially. That actually isn't included what it is. I'm lost. What? Yeah. So it's a sales tax. It's a sales tax on fuel. So because they paid it, right, and it's to a boat. So the laws that are in place for shipping do not apply whatsoever. to the boats, right? Because it's a leisure vehicle. It's not at least for this company. It's a leisure vehicle. It's not a shipping boat or whatever. They're not driving on roads. If you are, you're doing it wrong. It's not a boat, kind of whatever, or it can be if it's got the whatever. But it's not like shipping, you know. So she has to pay taxes on that because she's not selling it to road vehicles. She's selling it to boats. So she still has to pay taxes for that, and she still needs to like charge those taxes and keep track of them, you know, like she would any other over-the-counter thing, right? Any other non-fuel thing. I mean, I know because there's those bus boat things that float. I don't know, there's a bunch in Boston that do that. Yeah. Can also be plants as well because, of course, yeah, nothing's ever clear cut and dry. I know. But yeah. So eventually, my boss, my co-boss, talked to this customer, and no, it turns out that she was right. The customer was right, and she needed to add diesel onto add tax on a diesel, sales tax on a diesel. I'm not sure where I was going with that, by the way. That was quite the distraction. I don't remember why I started on that. Yeah. Duck tours. Yeah, those things. It's called Ducks come to Wisconsin. Wisconsin Dells? Dells? There's somewhere you'll see them all over. Yeah, they're in Boston as well. You know, from new job, old job brand. Okay. I still don't remember how I did it, but alright. Fine. Whatever. Oh, man, I feel like I got nothing done tonight. Good job. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't even get, like, the Sprite on screen yet, you know? And I'm starving. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starving. I only had, like, 2 bagels and some soup today. Tourist city here in Wisconsin where people from all over the world come to. Oh, really? Big. I ate the rest of my bagels already today, and I have no more left. So I need to actually like order food. Actually, hang on. Can I do that like right now? Or is everything closed? Everything might be closed. Looks like you start. I did not start to order another restaurant. What? Clear order. Actually, I did. Okay. Well, this place is closed. So I'm not getting out, I guess. All right. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. If you heard of Noah's Ark, that's in the Dells, and as far as I know, it's still America's largest water park. Oh, okay. I have not heard of it. 10 p.m. Best bet is pickup. Yeah, or some like late night Chinese place. And today is what? What is today? Today's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. It's not even like Friday where like things are open late. I can pre-order though for tomorrow morning. I'm not pre-ordering pizza. Pre-order pizza for breakfast? That just sounds like a bad idea. That just sounds like poor decisions, you know? Yeah. Oh boy, I can get Burger King off of Grubhub. I'd rather just drive to Burger King at that point. I'll figure something out later, I think. Pre-order bonus. Exclusive cheese DLC. Well, God. Yeah, the cheese that isn't melted yet because they just opened that cheese. What have I done it today? Nothing. I had some scope stuff. And not much else. Alright, I'm going to need to figure out the syntax I think that I want to use for this specifically. I don't know, at least poke at it a little bit. Yeah. Before I head out though, So power-ups. We did start talking about those last time. Or algorithms, as I'm going to call them, right? So I think I thought of a few. I think. If I can read my own handwriting. What is that? So someone last time, don't remember who, well, someone last time mentioned blockchain, destroying a sequence of bricks. Right? So I like that idea a lot. But what do I want to do for that? Specifically, like do I want, say this one up, you know what, let's, where's my, say this guy right here, was this blockchain, the blockchain one. Would that, like, go off in like, say, 2 lines and get rid of those blocks in that line? Or would it, like, pathfind to a corner or something like that? Print around the line from resisting. Whatever direction it hits from. Maybe. Maybe have it go like a, kind of like a zigzaggy kind of pattern? Like in a direction of sorts. Yeah. Then a follow-up to that is, where do I stop it? Do I stop it at the very edge? Or, say if this column is gone, right? This column of bricks is gone, and I hit it from this side and it's going horizontal. Do I stop at that column, the brick that's missing, or do I keep going? It's about chain. Like a chain of blocks, then. Specific blocks? Like if I had all the diagonals, for instance, that power up, if I hit one of them, it'd get rid of all of them? Should be continuous. Okay, that's what you're saying. Yeah, alright. Alright. Another one I thought of would be getting rid of a percentage of bricks. Or bricks left, mind you, of like a certain type maybe. When you grab the power up or whatnot. It's a possibility. Adding a life, I think, will definitely be there. Adding and removing a life. Like if you moved block 80 and all references to it from the Bitcoin network. How will the blockchain work? Not well. Not well. I figure for another one, I can temporarily put a bounceable wall at the bottom here, so it's no longer a kill wall. Right? Yeah. I figure for, like, power downs, or like, or no, before that one. Hang on, there's one before that. So this one I thought of. I don't know how well I would be able to do this, but, so it's a power up you collect, right? And you initiate it after you collect it, right? And what it does is it fires like a laser beam at the ball, where the ball currently is. And any bricks in that path get destroyed. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure how I would animate that yet. But maybe. Or a variation with that would just be shooting like straight up or something like that, you know? Yeah. So trajectory is between paddle and ball. Yes. Yes, so it would mathematically anyway draw a straight line between the middle of the ball, middle of the paddle, or middle of the paddle, middle of the ball, and get rid of all of the bricks that are in that trajectory within a margin, right? I don't know how well that would animate, and I don't know how well that would work from a programming standpoint. Then on the flip side, the power downs, or like, I don't know, viruses, maybe? I don't know. I haven't decided on a name for those yet. either reviving dead bricks or spawning brand new ones. Right? So you hit that, you collect that one accidentally or whatever, and it just spawns 5 more bricks for you that you had to get rid of. Bubble bubble style line animation. Can you find an example for me? Because that'd be fantastic. Straight up lose a life be another one. Poison bricks or poison virusy bricks or whatever, that whenever you touch those, a life is removed. I don't know about that one though, because you can't really defend against that very well. And that's a very harsh one, right? Yeah. So I'm not sure about that one. And another one would be so the portal stuff, into a smaller child board. It's kind of annoying when you've got a handful of them. So what if you had a power down whatever that made more of those? Just made more of those bricks. It would take a certain percentage maybe of like the non-portal bricks and turn them into portal bricks. Oh no, I'm sorry, Interface. Yeah, so did you hear all the blockchain one? Yeah. So yeah, the other big one I was thinking of is like a laser beam kind of, right? So it's something you collect and you have to activate on A or something like that, right? And when you do, it basically draws a line between the middle of the paddle and the middle of the ball, and any bricks on that line are removed. Yeah. For an algorithm. Yeah, I'm keeping that as a name for one of them. I think I got most of the powers. Yeah. So the laser beam one was the big one, I think. Yeah, there's one where I can just arbitrarily break or get rid of a percentage of bricks, maybe in a certain pattern. Well, that would, if it's a certain pattern, I would probably want to put that in like the map data. Yeah, I'm not sure how well that would, how well I'd be able to anyway code that, you know? Because I like that, because it gives you something that you have to activate, right? So it's not something that's completely random chance. So you bounce the ball into a desirable position. Like on this map, I'd want to be over here and the ball up here somewhere, right? Just anywhere really up here. And then I'd hit it and it'd get rid of like a diagonal line of bricks. Classic power where the ball goes through the bricks instead of bounce. Oh, right, I forgot about that one. Yeah, so like a no clip, but removes bricks. But yeah, that is a classic one that I've forgotten about. A one-line poker player? Good lord. Instead of bouncing, but I'm not sure how well that works with the submaps. So for that, I would probably just teleport you into that submap and either remove that excuse me. Either remove that power up once you enter the submap, or I'd have it on a timer regardless, right? Or I wouldn't remove it, I guess, and then just let the timer run out. And if you dropped out of the child map within the timer, so like you go back out to the parent board and it's still active, for instance, I'd just be continuing on. Power to spawn an ice climber that walks around and breaks a few bricks. I don't know about that one. I don't want to be coming after by Nintendo. Yeah. And the last one that I went over for the power-ups. There's like a collidable wall at the bottom instead of a kill wall for a few minutes. Not a few minutes, a few seconds. An angry mason. What? I don't know about that. And as for power downs, reviving dead bricks or just spawning outright new ones, losing a life if you collect the thing that drops or whatever, and transforming bricks into portal bricks, like standard health bricks into like a certain number of them into more portal bricks or whatever, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there's more that I could do, but I don't know yet. I haven't thought all the way through it, I guess. I don't know. I'm very open to suggestion. Feel free to suggest things in Discord, by the way. But yeah. I think I'm gonna call it for tonight because I am starving. Explosion, similar to chain, but just an area around the brick you hit. Yeah, or like a triggerable explosion, right? So same idea where with the laser where you have to trigger it. But it's a little explosion around the ball, right? Huh. Yeah. Order some pizza. I don't know. They're all like closed. I'm not sure that I'd get the pizza tonight. I'd probably get it tomorrow morning. Because I can pre-order the pizza DLC. Oh boy. But yeah, so I should be back on Thursday, depending. I should be back because they wanted me to start either Thursday or Friday this week. I'm not gonna. They wanted me soon. I'm gonna see if I can push that to Friday. So I should be good on Thursday. I should also be good on Saturday. I'm busy on Saturday. Saturday I'm busy. And Sunday I am too. I don't know if I'll be around for movie night this Saturday. I'll have to talk with me about that. Another classic is multi-ball, but that's probably harder to implement here. Yeah, because I would need to account for 2 different balls and do double the collision, the collision stuff. Huge ball, maybe. That would just be changing the coordinates for the not really the coordinates, but the sides of the ball. So that's maybe. I'm using a lot of constants with that one though, so I need to change that out for a lot of 0-page variables, I think. You know, because a lot of the collision stuff is done with immediate loads for dimensions of the ball and the paddle. For both of them really. A lot of them they are, and that's not something I'm looking forward to, I'll be honest. But yeah, I just might have to do it anyway, so we'll see. Alright, who's doing something interesting? Anyone doing something interesting? There aren't many people doing programming stuff. I mean, there's a few. But, I mean... Who is this? I don't remember this name. This name does not sound familiar. I don't think. Hang on. Yeah, okay, this is... Well, it's been a while for this one. She's not like... She's only went for half an hour. Why? I did it again. I did it again. I muted my output and gave it to you guys instead. Yeah. Sorry. Let's go see. Let's go. Try this person here. Come with me to say hi. Larger paddle. Yes, that is something I thought about. I would have to change some of the collision code for that though. Sticky. Oh, sticky paddle. I like that one. I think. Yeah, sticky paddle. Where instead of bouncing it, you just grab it. Yeah. What was the other one? Oh yeah, the paddle size. Not sure about that one. A slower movement. Maybe. Because that one would be. That wouldn't break any of my collision code. But I would have to recalculate a few things. Some tables. Specifically for the bounce stuff. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I really want to do that. Yeah, just locking the Y coordinate. Yeah, I mean I already have a sticky ball, right? That's what this is right here. Is it's sticky on the paddle, but that's for the initialization, right? Like so. Yeah. So I have that kind of implemented a little bit. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so come with me to raid this person. I think I raided them a while back. I think. I don't know. They're making a visual novel. Yeah. Main menu animations and more. But you guys have a good night. I should see you on Thursday. Probably one on Saturday. Details for all that crap will be in Discord. Yeah. Come over and say hi. You guys have a good night.